Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is June 28th, 2025, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the Russell 2000, that's IWM, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over here to these charts and see what we see. We see the Russell is lagging compared to the rest of the market that's going on. This is a quarterly chart on the Russell. The Russell is a long ways. You can almost say a long ways from the top on the Russell. That's what, 30 points? 30 points and all. And I'm a little bit higher, based on where it's about 30 points. That's a long ways on the Russell and all. So that's what we see here. It's still below pivot, so it's going to be fighting below pivot and all. And let's see if it can actually break pivot next week. If it breaks pivot next week, then we'll be looking for it to break the next quarter high. Then we're going to see what's going to happen. But the Russell is still got a lot of headwind, got a tough way to go. But let's go down here to this monthly chart. On this monthly chart, we can see the Russell finally got to close above. We're above pivot, and we're also above that 9-10 moving average, and it's beginning to turn to the turn a little bit upward. And also that means we are in a bull market finally for the Russell. It's okay to be playing this thing consistently long and be cautious on that long side if you're trying to sell anything above that thing right now. But as we can see, these are quarterly pivots, and this is coming up to the end of the quarter. So again, I don't expect it to, although that's only 5 points on the Russell. I almost don't expect to actually make it in the next 2 days. There's only 2 days left in the month to actually get above that R1. But come next month, we're going to be opening, look like we should be opening above pivot. And then this thing does seem like, since it's got that momentum going, we should see it coming on up here, getting within 10 points, up close to 10 points from that high if it doesn't break that all-time high come next month. Definitely may break it next quarter. So we just got to be on the watch for that. Again, based on your trading plans and your trading strategy, trade accordingly. But let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there. Zoom, 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 zoom here. On the weekly chart, we can see now what happened here, why this Russell might have slowed down. Again, we got all this selling pressure over here, all this supply over here that pushed this market down. It's been having a struggle right here, and it's still, this is the 50 moving average. I got the 50 and the 200 on here. It's having a hard time getting above the 50, as we can see. It stopped right there. So, but come next week, these are monthly pivots, though. This is the end of the month. We should. I don't expect us again to get to an R2 level. I do see us come next month to open above pivot, and at that time, again, even if it goes to an R2 level, it's not going to break these highs come next month. So I got to kind of like wait and see. And come next quarter, it may have a hard time breaking these highs because these are quarterly pivots here. Well, these are monthly pivots. These are monthly pivots. I have to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen here. All right, I'm back here. Let's just kind of like wait and see what we see here on this weekly tip. But we got a almost a bullish. We have a bullish engulfer. It's not almost a bullish engulfer. It's a bullish engulfer. And for the Russell being just below the 50, normally you would say this is not the right location, being at the end of a run. But on the Russell, this might be okay. Since it's fighting below the 50, this might be a little bottom here, and you're almost getting a little morning star here almost. Not a great looking one, but one that might be happening. We'll be looking for a confirmation candle and see if this actually happened. I'm saying these 3 candles right here might be a morning star. Definitely looking at this candle these 2 candles right here, you got a bullish engulfing. So then the whole thing that we're going to be looking for is a confirmation candle on this and getting us above this 50, getting us above this 50 moving average, and see if this market can actually get up here and start fighting this high and get above that high. So that's what we see here on this weekly picture. We just got to kind of like wait and see what happens here. But let's go ahead and go down to the daily noise and wrap this on up. Zoom, 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 zoom in here. Again, on the daily picture on this, it seems like all the markets ended up having this gap right here, on Tuesday. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. We gapped up. But on the Russell, as you can see, it went down and tried to fill that gap. And then on the next day, it started heading back up. But as you can see, we saw on the other picture, we got that 50 moving average right here. So again, it hit in the 50 moving average. It ended up giving this thing a little resistance and actually ended up pushing back to the downside. But we are at a top. But looking at this picture, you got to be careful because again, a lot of times when it gets to a top, you see what happened over here. So we got to be careful about this thing trying to form a candle to go on here on this picture. You know, in this picture you see one thing, on the other picture you see another thing. The thing is, this is why I say usually pop or drop. And right now we're more at a supply than we are at a demand level. So this is one of those ones where this thing can actually maybe drop. We have to kind of like just wait and see. Can we gap up again like we did before and get above this whole 50 moving average thing and then start going higher? We just got to kind of like wait and see. And that's all I really have to share today. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.